following is a presentation of Main Street Media, your source for news, sports, and information on Main Street in Middle Tennessee.
Welcome in. It has been a crazy technical day, so my apologies that we're a little bit later today. It's still a coffee break. It's a lunch break for some, and it might be an evening visit with us, #replay. But if you're with us, we're glad that you're here, and we're glad that you're part of our show. And this morning, we went to the Gallatin Civic Center, where we enjoyed meeting a lot of the winners of the Main Street Awards for Sumner County. We have 3 Sumner County papers. We have the Portland Sun, the Hendersonville Standard, and the Gallatin News, telling your stories. And the fan voted best of Sumner County they were chosen this morning, and there were some fantastic people. So finalists and runners up, and even those that didn't make the list, we know that small business and the local businesses in our community are why we have our newspapers to begin with. Well, we will head to Main Street Murray territory, where we will be covering the Homestead Festival June 3rd and 4th with Rory Feek. Now, they've got a big festival coming. Everybody knows Kevin Costner Modern West will be there, and the Isaacs, who we played on our show yesterday. But the cool thing about it is that this, even though it's the first Homestead Festival that Rory has put on, it's not their first festival. In fact, back when he and Joey and Rory were out touring full time, they decided to invite everybody, all their fans, to their farm, and they had a big get together. And just like sometimes, like at Spring Fling, the rain is not cooperating, it didn't for them. But I think it was more blessing than it was a curse.
We are now just over 1,800 tickets sold to the Homestead Festival, plus all the children who are coming. There's still lots to do to get everything ready for the big event, and as we get closer to June 3rd and 4th, I keep thinking about the festivals my wife and I used to have here on the farm more than a decade ago. We called it the Bib and Buckle Fest, and we held one every summer for 5 years. The first one was in 2008, and it was held at our neighbor Ben Smith's farm just a few miles from here, and we had a few hundred people join us. Within a year or two, we had moved it to the farm, and by 2012 had about 1,000 people in lawn chairs enjoying music and fun on the front lawn of our farmhouse. This is our 4th annual Bib and Buckle Fest. It's where we invite all the people that know our music or ever heard of us to come to our farmhouse and spend the day with us. And as you can tell, if there's as many people here as there are cars, there's a lot of folks here. It's pretty darn neat.
We've been hosting, signing autographs, taking pictures, visiting all sorts of wonderful people. People from all over the place are here, and it has been a ball. So now, I've just got to make myself look presentable so we can go out and sing.
We've been doing these get-togethers every year for probably 6 or 7 years. We've been having kind of big cookouts that kept growing, and then we finally turned it into our Bib and Buckle Fest, which is, I guess, for my bib overalls, and Joy always wears belt buckles. And we've done that for 4 years now, but I think the idea was that we travel all around the country and we play shows in other people's communities. And we get to see all these places and be around their lives. And we thought, wouldn't it be neat if we invited anyone and everyone to come to our community and be a part of our lives? So we turn the front porch into a stage, and we turn our front yard into the seating area, and it's an incredible time.
Oh, that gave me a shiver up my spine.
This is the moment a lot of these people have been waiting for us to come out and play and tell some stories and sing some songs. So we are really excited. We're feeling good about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joey and Rory.
They're planning our day around the TV set, paying our bills and staying out of debt. That's important to me. That's important to me.
There are people from 85 years old down to 2 months old.
In the shallow part of the fishing hole, me, I'm fishing a whole lot deeper. I don't just want to catch.
It seems like it's kind of unusual for artists to open their homes to their fans and friends, and we just thought, well, that sounds like a good plan. We should do that.
My husband and being a wife, and the very best mother I can be. That's important to me.
The following year, 2013, was our 5th and final Bib and Buckle Fest. This time we held it in the back field, and a couple thousand people showed up. So did some bad weather. June 1st this year, we had our 5th annual Bib and Buckle Fest, and what a day it was. We'd been busy getting the farm ready for weeks, and this year it was bigger than ever. We had food vendors and craft booths, merchandise tables, Marcy Joe's desserts, and the Crosley radio folks even drove down from Louisville to be a part of it with us. There were fun games to play, neat things to see, and lots of great music to hear. Austin Cunningham, the Patterson Family, James Dean Hicks, Ruby Lovett, Alvarado Roadshow, and many other entertainers performed. The event was off to a great start. Now there were lots of clouds in the sky, and the weatherman was calling for a chance of rain, so at the last minute, some good friends of ours showed up and spent the morning building a tin roof over the stage just in case. They actually were still building it when people were coming in and finding their seats. And then, just like that, the sky let loose and the rain came, and came, and came. It drenched everything and knocked out the big sound system. And at first we thought we were going to have to shut the festival down and send everyone home. But we soon realized that most people wanted to stay, no matter what. They were going to have a good time, whether it rained or not. It's amazing how sometimes things that turn out to be what you thought was a disaster makes a special memory that you'll probably never, ever forget. About an hour later, the rain stopped and the fun started again. Larry Cordell, Carl Jackson, and Jerry Sally put on a heck of a show in the tent, and after them, Mr. Bill Anderson played an amazing set.
Sense enough to get in out of the rain.
And then it was our turn.
It's the Joey and Rory Show! This time live from the tent! In Technicolor. Joey! And then Rory!
Now I have to admit, even though things didn't go like we thought they would, this was our favorite Bib and Buckle Fest ever. There's just something about how when things seem to go wrong, God actually just had a better plan in mind. The rest of the evening was pretty magical. We sang and told stories until way after dark. And when the concert was over and everyone had gone home, we just sat out on the field and said a prayer of thanks for the rain, for the friends, and for the special day we all got to be part of. It's so special to look back and remember those events and how they have led us to putting on this year's festival that will still have lots of wonderful music, but it will also have dozens of speakers, a demonstration area where you can get hands-on experience, food trucks, rows and rows of vendors, and so much more. It's a unique opportunity to mix music and meaning together for one special weekend. If you haven't purchased your tickets or made plans to come to the Homestead Festival, I hope you'll consider joining us. You can get all the info and your passes at thehomesteadfestival.com. See you tomorrow.
I love Joey and Rory. I love them as a unit, as a group, and we miss Joey every day. When she passed, I was on WSM and made the announcement that she had passed, and I will never forget that moment and how it hit me. And but you know what? She lives forever in our hearts and in her music and in this beautiful spread that we're going to enjoy at the Homestead Festival, June 3rd and 4th. Well, I tell you another voice that just wraps around me like velvet. I for the first time I met her, I absolutely just wrapped around her voice and said, she is just a voice I want to hear over and over and over. Ann Buckle. She is Wildwood. How are you, my sweet friend?
Hi, I'm so good. Thank you for having me on.
I'm so glad that you're here. And technical issues aside, we're just not going to worry about those. We're here for the coffee break and to play a new single.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what have you been up to?
Yeah, it's been a crazy couple of years with the pandemic and been recording so much music. And this newest song called Break Me, I actually wrote with a friend, Rachel Loy, who's a bass player and
love
music.
Her.
She's amazing, right? We wrote it before the pandemic, and then it's one of the songs that kind of came out in this collection of stuff we got to record during the pandemic. So it's an old song kind of made new in the recording. And I'm just really pleased with the way it turned out.
Well, that's the thing about songs is I always tell everybody there are no old songs. There are only songs. And every time you hear them, they can be new to you. And as I heard this song, now you don't know this, but I've had a really awful week. I've had things happen that I go, it's just like even technical issues. I go, not today, Satan. I mean, it's just it's one of those kind of weeks. And your song has helped me in a way that I can't even describe. It was just, so I played it over and over, and it's like, and and we're going to play it in just a little bit because I want people that have had a tough time. I want you to listen to this song and let it just sink in. And, I was talking to my little sister yesterday and something had happened and she said, now I'm going, don't you let this break you. I don't want you to let this break you. And I thought to myself, there's that song. And I thought it was so poignant that you would be a guest on the show. So cool.
Divine timing. I love that. And yeah, it's funny because when we wrote it, I was going through something with my husband where he had some business issues and was in this lawsuit and literally had lawyers threatening to take everything he had built. And so it's quite literal in terms of the line, like, let your lawyers bite into hair, because they were at the time. And then for Rachel, the meaning for her as we were writing was, this music industry is tough for everybody, and especially for women. And there's so many times when she started having children that people kind of wrote her off. And here she is now, like this last week, she was playing with Kenny Chesney. She was playing for the Country Music Hall of Fame medallion ceremony. Like, it did not break her either. And I feel like for me, post-pandemic, I think the pandemic tried to break all of us. And we all struggle with health, with mental health, with society, and just, learning how to be a human again post-pandemic. And I feel like the song just keeps taking on new meaning for me. And so I love that it also was relevant in your life. And it's really cool when a song can do that.
It is. And I want everybody to go to She Is Wildwood, follow you there, because every song that you have is absolutely magic. And I told you the last time we talked, you and Jerry Vandiver, and I can't remember the other singer, but have my favorite, a song that is a tradition. It's "The River Is Wide."
Yeah.
But I was listening to Jerry's album. It's in my shuffle, so it came on, and that song I've always loved, and I love him. And so when I was listening, and then I heard this voice, and I went, "Wait a minute, I know that voice."
Yeah.
And it's you,
Yeah.
and it's constantly the best version of the song I've ever heard. And I just and y'all's voices together, just magic.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to think who else was on that. I think he had like 4 or 5 singers do different verses. And that was when I first met Jerry. I don't think I had even met him in person yet. And he called on me to sing on it. And I think I maybe played fiddle, or maybe he had someone else on it. I don't remember. But I hadn't even met him yet. And now years later, we're really great friends. And he's an awesome mentor for me as a songwriter.
Well, you know, and you bring that Cash and Carter family tradition to life, and that's your family lineage, and you can hear it in your voice. So I'm going to play this, and thank you so much for your time today. And this goes out to everybody who has something trying to break them. It's a brand new single from Wildwood. And your website one more time so they can find you.
Yeah, sheiswildwood.com, or if you just Google She Is Wildwood, it'll take you to all the socials and everything.
She's our little Wildwood flower. That's who she is, carrying on the tradition. Here she is.
Swing your wrecking ball, tear down all my meet my eyes while I'm singing to the crowd about how you didn't break me. You can drag my name through the Tennessee mud, leave me weak and weary in a pool of blood. You can beat me down, but I'll get back up. So what? Try to break me. Good luck trying to break me.
Hello, my name is Gene Garcia. I'm the Outreach Director for Adult and Teen Challenge Murfreesboro. Adult and Teen Challenge is an 8-month program with a 4-month mandatory re-entry. At this program, men are going to learn life coping skills through biblical principles. Our main objective of this program is not just to get someone off of drugs, but to teach them a whole new way of life. Through this program, there'll be a work program that'll teach job acquisition support. There will be budget training, and there will also be church services that we'll go to weekly. If you would like to come to this program or got questions about the program, please call me. I can be reached at 615-624-7878. I could be emailed at gene@atctn.org. And our website for more information is atctn.org. Thank you and God bless you.
That's my Gene Garcia doing a miracle kingdom work over in Murfreesboro, Memphis, and Clarksville. It's an affordable program for people struggling, and his show segment that we call it, he's on once a month with us. It's called The Hope Show, and giving hope to families who have substance abuse it's like the devil that comes in and you don't know what to do. And speaking of the devil in the bottle, that's where we're going to mention my friends who join me right now. We got TG and Kelly.
Hi, Devin.
Hey, Devin. How you doing?
The devil in the bottle, the Dwayne The Rock Johnson's favorite song.
Oh, wow. How you been? Good to see you today.
So good to see y'all. I'm going to see you again on June the 8th.
I know. Thank God you're coming. You're like, you're going to help us handle the cats.
we really and truly wouldn't even attempt this without your help, Devin.
No.
You've always been there for us each and every year that we've hosted this great event, and we appreciate you so much.
And you're so calming in such a chaotic environment. So thank you for that.
Well, that's one of those things I said. I'm either going to be a radio disc jockey or I'm going to do one of those hypnosis tapes. Sleep. It's going to be all right. Well, you guys, tell me what are you guys up to? There's a new Elvis movie. Did you see the new Elvis movies coming out with Tom Hanks?
You know, on my show on Elvis Radio and Sirius XM, the TG Sheppard Show on Fridays 2 to 6, we have been talking about the trailers. I was amazed at Tom Hanks's portrayal of Colonel Parker. I kept thinking, how is he going to look like Colonel Parker? And after seeing the trailer, he did it. And this young kid, Austin Butler, who's playing Elvis, Priscilla got a hold of Kelly and told her that she saw it, and it was spectacular. So when you got family that says it's great, it's got to be good.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I've also got a new single coming out June the 3rd. I'm going to be debuting at the Third Lindsley show that night. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Hey, and by the way, congratulations. You just got a new award, like an icon award. This is so cool. You and Jeannie Seeley and who else? I can't remember the other person.
Barnett, Beverly Kill. There was a handful of ladies that women in film and television selected you know, I don't know exactly how they came to choose the people that they did, but
Oh, I do. I looked at every one of y'all and I go, okay, that was right.
oh, well, I think they look at women that have persevered through hard times, that have just continued with their careers. And I'm just really shocked and blown away by their.
So I am now to address you as Icon Kelly instead of hey, Kel.
Well, you know what? It's really funny because people always say, oh, you're married to legend T.G. Sheppard, you know, and I said, T, you know what? I'm going to be hard to live with now. So I had some hand towels embroidered when he was out of town. On his side of the sink, it says legend on his towel. And on mine, I put icon.
I was in New Mexico last weekend and I came home and I've unpacked and I went into the bathroom to kind of wash the day off my face and playing it. I looked down to see this towel. Thank you, Kel.
You're welcome.
That's so you. I swear to you. Is that the key to this amazing romance that you've had, is the sense of humor? Because when I'm with y'all, I laugh all the time and you guys are a little bit ruthless with each other in a joyful way.
Well, you know, I think the key to our successful marriage so far to this point, of course, this is only Thursday. No, is the fact that we both know what each one has to go through in our lives because we do the same thing for a living. And it's great to be married to somebody who understands what you do. I'm coming off the road and I tell her where I played, and she says, "Oh, I remember playing there." And
no, I say, "Quit whining."
Yeah, quit whining. But no, I think that's the key, is just communication between two people in a relationship. We communicate very well,
and we do laugh a lot.
A lot.
You do, and I adore both of you. And I cannot wait to see you June the 8th, and the lineup is going to be incredible. And it's for a really important cause, the Monroe Carroll Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt. But let's talk about this lineup.
Oh my gosh! I mean, I have to look at my phone.
It's the most diverse group that we've had, Devin. I'm sure you're aware. We've got
John Barry, T. Graham Brown, John Ford Coley.
I know. I cannot wait. Yeah.
The other half of England Dan and John Ford Coley. What great music that they had.
Really like to see you tonight.
We got William Lee and the Goldens, which will be on the show. Oh,
my family. Yes.
Blood Harmony. I'm sorry.
The Isaacs.
The Isaacs, another great Blood Harmony group. I mean,
heaven sounds like the Isaacs. That's what I know. When I go to heaven, that's my request. Is like it's going to be the Isaacs.
Yes, I agree.
We've got Wendy Moulton. Oh God.
Oh,
sing. What a voice. We got John Rich.
Oh my gosh. So
Rhonda
cool.
Vincent. We've got Twitty and Lynn doing a great tribute, the grandchildren of Conway and Loretta. We got Michelle Wright, Billy Yates. I mean, the list goes on forever. We're going to be there all night.
Yeah.
Oh, we are going to be there all night, but that's okay because we've been away from each other for 2 whole years. This show, Country for a Cause, is country music's family reunion. Just so you don't know that, it's our family reunion. And so if you don't have tickets, you go to thirdlindsley.com, get your tickets. They're a cheap ticket comparatively what you're going to get.
Oh, yeah.
And a big thank you to our buddy, Gus Arundel. And TG, you call him the best friend that country music ever had.
I'm telling you, he's our strongest supporter. He not only loves people, but he loves country music and the people in country music. So I'm honored to call him my friend. He's always been there for any cause that we've been involved in. And it's great that this particular cause is kind of the kickoff to CMA Fest. It's the first real true event of the week before CMA Fest gets started. And we're so excited about being able to host it again, but we're excited about being with you.
And I'm going to hug you really hard when I see you.
I'm going to hug you too, because I've missed the heck out of you. Well, but y'all don't know that there's not too many people that share bowling the day after Christmas in common, but that's our little posse of group. You know,
gosh, that was fun.
Well, wasn't that great? We'll do it again this year.
Sure.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we're going to talk about Christmas again later. We'll make our plans. Maybe we'll take a whole group again this year. But right now, the group's going to meet June the 8th at Third and Lindsley.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
And you know, the tickets are selling really fast, but if you could go to thirdandlindsley.com, I believe there's a handful left.
I think maybe 75 tickets are all that's left, and they'll be gone real quick. It'll be a sellout.
It'll be fantastic. I love you both more than lunch and jewelry.
And jewelry? That's pretty.
Yeah. Even lunch at Meat Sweats.
Oh, wow.
I know. It's a toughie, but there and our other place that we go to, the Casa Vieja.
Monell's.
Yes,
Monell's. That's the other place.
We've been to Monell's.
Yes.
I guess everybody watching knows that we love to go out and have food together. So
you just don't like my cooking.
First of all, I want to say how proud I am of what you're doing right now with us. I mean, I love what you're doing, and you're such a dear friend, and I'm so proud of everything that you do, and especially this right here that we're doing today is just so needed, and I'm glad you're doing it.
And my skin products you gave me.
Oh, do you like them? Do you like them?
Heaven. They're heaven.
Big shout out. This is not a paid for thing, but my skin products from Monate and Joyce Martin from the Martins is my distributor. That's who I get them from. So y'all just go call on Joyce. She's my girl. She gets the hair products and the skin products. So she's the hookup.
Yeah, we love it. We love it.
Thank you. Well, y'all have a great rest of your day. I love you.
Have a great rest of the week. See you on the 8th.
Bye, beautiful.
Okay. Bye. I love them. I love them so much. And you know what else I like? I like turtles. The Nashville Zoo has got night visions going on to July 17th. And we just had World Turtle Day, and they had a tortoise that they wanted to celebrate with. And I'm going to leave you with that right before we do the close of the show to remind you to go to the NashvilleZoo.org. And remember that Planet Fitness has free fitness signups for any kid that's in high school, actually ages 12 through 18, free for the whole summer. Just a little freebie that I want to throw out there. And I think that's everybody. Hey, tomorrow, Farmin' Friday and our friends at Farm Credit, e-farmcredit.com have all sorts of things and stories they're going to bring you. I promise I'm not going to have any live births on the show this time. Too many complaints. Oh, and before we get out of here, I almost forgot. More peanut butter has been recalled. You know that Jif was in the news. 49 products affected. Now Country Fresh, that does fruit cups and snacks in 19 states. Tennessee is one of them. And Cargill, the candy company, is recalling some of their peanut butter products. So you just go to the FDA recall list. Just type that in Google or Microsoft, whatever your search engine is. Type it in, FDA recall list peanut butter, and it'll pop right back up, and you see all the products that have been voluntarily recalled. All right, be safe, everybody. Be kind, and make sure that you know you are loved. Bye.
So a turtle is kind of a good term to kind of encompass every reptile that you find that has a shell. A tortoise is kind of a more specialized, specific term for turtles that live on the land a lot and have the higher dome shells with the club-like feet. But yes, if you say turtle, you're going to get anybody that's got a shell, pretty much. And then a difference between a turtle and a tortoise. So you're going to have your aquatic turtles are going to have flippers. So they're going to need to be able to swim through the water. So they've got their webbed toes, and then their stream-like shells, so they're more kind of water dynamic, not necessarily aerodynamic, but water dynamic. And then your tortoises, they're on the land more. They're going to be trepsing around and kind of stomping around. They have to have those big elephantine feet and those club-like arms to kind of protect themselves. And then these really high dome shells. The shell is the outer part of their body. So all of their spine runs right along here, and then the rib cage runs, off of the spine. And it's all attached to the shell. So they cannot take their shell off like a lot of cartoons will show, kind of like where a hermit crab can change its shell and get a new one. Tortoises have this their entire lives. Kind of good comparison right here. You've got a 20-year-old Galapagos tortoise sitting next to a 9-year-old Aldabra tortoise. So in those first couple of years, they're all gonna grow really fast. And then once they kind of get to a good size, it's gonna keep them protected from any predators or anything that's going to harm them, then they slow way down, and then they kind of pretty much grow the rest of their entire lives. they're going to be putting on pounds and eating with the rest of their life. There is an Aldabra tortoise. I'm sure you could probably Google him. His name is Jonathan, and they guess him to be about 100. I think he's 189 this year. For sure, more than 130 of his years documented. So they weren't exactly sure how old he was even when they found him in the wild. But still, well over 100 years is what we like to say. All giant tortoise species are endangered, yes. The Galapagos tortoises are, of course, from the Galapagos Islands in the Pacific Ocean. And then the Aldabra tortoises are native to the Seychelles Islands in the Indian Ocean. There's a section of islands that's called the Aldabra Atoll, so that's how they get their name. A lot of times, strawberries are the key one that I will go to. They will do anything for a strawberry. They love watermelon, cantaloupe, anything that's kind of brightly colored. Carrots and sweet potatoes are part of their normal diet, but if I need to get them shifted in at the end of the day, I will usually hold back a couple pieces of carrot or sweet potato just because it's that bright color. So we'll use, when we're weighing them, we'll use strawberries because we want it to be a special treat, because we want them to really want to do this behavior. And then anytime the vets are in here and they do a really good job with any blood draws or anything like that, we'll give them some strawberries because we want to reinforce that the tortoises did a really good job with something that's kind of scary for them.
Nothing like the sunrise with your coffee in the morning, or taking a good book off the shelf. Another thing I love the most than being on my own is together with everybody else. Together, like it's early Sunday summer. Together, on my front porch with my friends. Together with who's ever there, standing next to me. Yeah, together is my favorite place to be.